We are back on the town hall now with a new bill that's passed both the Senate and the Assembly that is aimed to make it easier for workers here in New York to get another job within their same industry. Some labor attorneys have described this as, quote, seismic. So depending on your line of work, you may have what's called a non-compete clause, typically part of an employment contract that prevents you from engaging in activities that are deemed to be in competition with your company's business, like going to work for a rival company. That may keep you from working for a competitor within your industry and in your same area for 6 months or longer. Well, this bill that's now headed to the governor's desk would do away with those non-compete agreements for good. An employment attorney we spoke with today says New York courts typically find these agreements non-enforceable when they're actually challenged. But even if they're removed altogether in the state, some restrictions could still exist.
Now, keep in mind that there are two elements that are typically embodied in a non-compete that would still be available and would apply. Typically, whenever you have a non-compete, one of the elements would be a confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with respect to trade secrets. And the other element would be a non-solicitation of clients and customers who the employee learned of during the course of employment with the employer. Those two restrictions would still apply, would continue to apply going forward in New York State.
That attorney, Mike Chavone, says there are some questions that the courts may have to address here, and also some amendments, including what this would mean for franchisees.
Ostensibly, a franchisee could seek to set aside its non-compete agreement and shut down tomorrow and open up under a new flag. That's somewhat unique, and I haven't seen that elsewhere in the country.
Now, if the law is signed by the governor, violations could result in $10,000 fines for employers in addition to damages and the reimbursement of attorneys' fees.